up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to another hang, Media Vault Live. It's not Monday. It's not Monday 7 p.m. It's Tuesday 7 p.m. Couldn't go live Monday. Situations out of my control, but I still wanted to try to keep some consistency. So I'm back here Tuesday, and yeah, hopefully we have like another cool live stream hang. Today, one of the things that I want to cover, apart from some just like general like catch up things and some cool things I discovered over the weekend, but I do have I've been cataloging my records on Discogs. It's like it's been a while, and now I've let it gone so long that I feel like I need spend some time. And I was just like looking, I was like, man, I got some like these are some weird records here and there, and then I thought, oh, that I can do like that'd be like a fun live stream hang, just talk about like show and tell some weird records and play some. Actually, I got the Soundburger here on standby. I'll play a little bit. Who cares about that YouTube's copy strike? Who cares? But yeah, I think I have all my chat activated, so if someone's watching live, feel free to drop in and comment. Hopefully I'll see it, but I think they all should be okay activated if the social stream works well. But anyway, yeah. So like I was saying, I had a fun weekend because last week I discovered I live in Los Angeles, and I discovered a really cool spot that I had no idea it was there, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing I've seen in a minute. And I wanted to talk to you guys about it a little bit, but it was the spot is called Revenge of. It's in Eagle Rock, California. It's a comics and pinball store, and right next to it, it has a coffee shop called And Destroy Coffee, which actually I think that's what I was going. No, I was going for a friend of mine. Michael, he suggested like, oh, let's go to Revenge of. They have some pinball machines. I was like, oh, cool. Then I get there, and there's this like really cool coffee spot next to it. It has like, games on tab. It's like really spacious. It's like really a really inviting space for like go and work. And I was like, man, this spot is just like, it's absolutely hitting all the vibes, all the aesthetics. I can't wait to get here. Then I go next door. They have the place Revenge of. The comics, and I'm just like blown away by like just how cool the spot is. Like not only like all the comics and graphic novels they have, but then they have it's like divided by 3 sections, and they have the comics and graphic novels on one section. Then they have the middle section, which is just like paintball, and it's so cool. It almost looks like you're inside a Star Wars cantina band / alien. Like they even have a xenomorph on the ceiling. Honestly, like super cool. The pinballs are all like top notch, super well taken care of. And then on the other side, a bar that they had like a phone booth with a Super NES, so 2 people can play on the phone booth. That's how cool of a spot it was. And actually, some records. I found some soundtracks there. They even had some. I think I found Matrix Resurrection remixes. I spot one there. I think like another Waxwork, one Waxword. So yeah, they had like I said, they had some pretty cool stuff here. Let me see if you guys this is the this is the spot, I guess the website, but I wish I could really show you photos of the interior. Let's see. So this is our Instagram. See if I can find some spot. So yeah, this is like the pinball spot, but the pinballs are out of focus. Let's see. And they have really cool events, which actually leads me to one of the things that I want to mention, because this weekend I went to one of their cool events. It was called, there's no photos of the outside. Man, I want to. They're doing a stream there. This is the bar area. It's pretty cool. There's like pinballs next to that spot. I guess. Anyway, it's Eagle Rock, pretty cool. But yeah, they were having this event. The Santa Village, and they had a couple of vendors there, and I discovered two cool vendors that I really really liked. Um, One of them, the first vendor that I saw, is called here I have actually a sticker, Disperse Home Media. Let me see. It's like not even close enough, but this is a sticker, Dispense Home Media, and they specialized in T-shirts. I'm actually wearing. This is one that I got from them. These like, I mean, just really really cool T-shirts about the stuff you like. This is a Nightmare on Elm Street one I have, which I mean, this one actually like, it's super cool because this is an iconic image. Like it's hard to not make a Nightmare on Elm Street T-shirt not look cool. But the real, like one of the real jewels is they had some obscure stuff, and one of the ones that I got, my wife actually spotted this, and I was like, "Thank you, good looking out." So this is a Last Action Hero T-shirt. Man, I'm trying to get it so you guys can see the Last Action Hero, but. And then the back has the Reaper. Maybe I have more success with the overhead camera. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so they just have really really cool T-shirts about, you know, properties and cult movies that we really like. I didn't see it. I still would have gotten the Last Action here, but she also said, my wife said that they had a Demolition Man T-shirt, and I was like, dang, that's really cool. But yeah, Disperse Home Media. Let me see, let me show you guys what else they have. So yeah, that's like oh, why does it get fall? I don't know. The Blade one. I already had a Blade T-shirt, so one of the reasons I guess I didn't get this Blade T-shirt. But yes, Blade T-shirt caught my eye. Music related. John Carpenter. No, this is the Lost Themes. That was cool. The Halloween T-shirt. This is the one I got. Oh, and then I saw this. Actually, I saw on the website. I didn't see it there, but this is a pretty cool Jaws T-shirt. Dang, Dog Day Afternoon. They did not have this one there. I mean, I still get. I still take the Last Action Hero over all of it. Yeah, this is the Demolition Man T-shirt. Yeah. With the Taco Bell Demolition. So yeah, Disperse Home Media. Really cool vendor that I discovered there. And then another one, it was the other one that was also there it's called Already Dead Tapes and Records. We got some. I mean, Last Action Hero is one of my favorite films. I'll defend it. I mean, I'll defend it like it's so famous for the production hell it went through, but yet finally now it sort of gotten some like redeem story. But I mean, it's just like so many heavy hitter people worked on the script of that movie. I think the original concept to me still is like one of my favorite film concepts. And then it's like the director of, I think it's Die Hard. You have Shane Black writing. Did William Goldsmith did a pass or not? But yeah, I mean that thing is shot so well. It looks so cinematic, filmic. I mean, I also think it's one of my favorite like Arnold roles, like, you know, like it plays to his strength, the comedy and the action hero, you know. I don't think, again, sorry, I'm always gonna go to like Arnold versus Stallone. I don't think Stallone does such a good job at Last Action Hero. That's what Arnold is really special. The True Lies, the Last Action Hero. I mean, yeah, he can do the Predator, but like Stallone and could also do his version of Predator, and it'll look okay. But yeah, like it's one of my favorite Last Action Hero. I actually have the steelbook for that. One of the few steelbooks I did, but yeah. Also cool Michael Kamen score. Michael Kamen, man, gone too soon. If you hear, I mean, the music doesn't have like a lot of score. Last Action Hero, but if you hear it, you kind of like, yeah, I can tell why Metallica reach out to this composer of all to like work on S&M the live concert, because like Michael Kamen just has like a, I don't know, kind of like a rock star quality, I feel like, to his music. So yeah, that makes sense. And then the other, like I said already, the tapes. This is the other vendor I found. I thought they were also pretty cool. I don't know why it keeps defaulting, but yeah, they had man, VHS fans. They had some really cool custom VHS. They had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mayhem VHS, but with a custom cover to look like the original 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja poster. That was really cool. They had some really obscure like horror films on VHS. A lot of shell casing. What, I don't know, that like classic VHS case. I think it's called like shell case. I don't know. It's funny. Like I go live and my memory just blanks out. But this is another really cool store vendor. Follow them on Instagram, online, and definitely someone to like check out. I also they're also on Bandcamp, and I saw here they have this thing called Tape Club, which I need to dive. But again, I just love this kind of thing, man. I feel like this is the kind of experiences I'm looking for. Community driven, niche, small experience. Like I'm so like, I just want to unsubscribe for like what's coming down the pipeline in terms of like the internet. Like the internet's ruined. It's just the AI of it all. Oh man, algorithms. Like no, I want like clubs. I want small groups, people who I trust, curators, fun, community. That's the experience I want. The score for True Lies is also very on, especially the theme and this. Who did the score for True Lies? God, that's a blind spot. Who did the score for True Lies? I mean, it's James. No, I mean, it's not James Horner, but it's James Cameron. But that's not Lies. Oh, Brad Fiddle. Oh, so he still was sort of like the Terminator collaborator. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, thanks for that. I mean, I can't believe I don't know the score of True Lies, such an iconic movie, and I've seen the movie so much, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's great. Brad Fiddle's a really great composer. I mean, his score for Terminator. That's the thing, man. That's the thing with like you hear the behind the scenes of those kind of movies that make a career. But Terminator didn't just make like one career, it made everybody's career. And I'm always fascinated in how it's such a perfect storm of just so many people finding each other and everyone like doing some of their best work, Brad Pitt, like everything. It wasn't just James Cameron who wrote a great script and directed it. It's then also Arnold who did an amazing performance, casting, and then Brad Pitt did like an amazing score. Like it's not that's I guess what I'm trying to say. It's not like certain aspects of the movie are like a superstar level, and then you're like paired with like a really crappy film student score. It's like, what are the odds that also like Brad Fiddle just like makes a really iconic sci-fi score? But yeah. Revenge of and Destroy, those two places in Eagle Rock, California. Like I'm telling you, like you guys should check it out. They're so fun. The other thing that I did a live, I don't remember if I already talked about it. I did a live recently, and told about how like Black Friday on Blu-ray there wasn't really much action. I feel like, but afterwards has been. And I was looking at the website. There's actually like some pretty good deals for those like the people who are interested. But I actually just bought this Night Fever. It was $12. I mean, I already have the Crow, but that's a really good price for it. I've Once Upon a Time in the West, $12. Come on, $12. What's upon? Come on. And I mean, some of them already have Alien. I think like some of the standouts here, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mayhem used to be like 20 something, $30, and right now it's at $13. I think that's a pretty good price drop. Major League also finally went down a little bit in price. But yeah, I would. This is, by the way, Blu-ray.com. There's many websites out there for price tracking and Blu-ray news and all that stuff. This one has been my go-to since the first, since like 2009, whenever Blu-ray came out. I think I mentioned this once, but in college I actually did I was taking a public speaking course, and it was like open subject. You can pick any subject, and I made like a presentation on how to use Blu-ray.com to get good deals on Blu-ray. Hey, I got people's attention. But yeah, some really good deals right now. The Apartment, $15. That's one I haven't gotten, but that would be really cool. I mean, come on, Titanic, $15. I already have that, but yeah. Oh, Zodiac, $14. That's the other one I saw. Yeah. Still waiting on some obscure movies to price drop. I think Tommy Boy price dropped to 18, but I still wanted to go down more than that. Like Xanadu, that's $20 for Xanadu. That's, like, I'll pay 9. I'll pay 9 for Xanadu. The same with Coneheads. Like Coneheads and Billy Madison. I'll pay 15 Billy Madison, but I'm waiting Coneheads to get it like $9, $10. Man, Death Becomes Her doesn't seem to go down underneath the 20. Also, Time Cops, man, it's like they know the movies that I want. Faculty's another one on my wish list. But anyway, yeah, these are pre-order. Catch Me If You Can and Minority Report out soon. So yeah. Oh, by the way, on the website news, I actually just saw this recently. Made by Mutants, who specialize in soundtracks. Pretty cool. They actually have a new website. I was just checking it out. The former Mondo crew, Made by Mutants, they just premiered a new website. I mean, it's more like the behind-the-scenes stuff of the website, but glad that those guys were able to get this out. I'm sure they're relieved to have it out in the world. I was actually looking, man, at some. After this stream, I actually am going to watch Wake Up Dead Man. That's the plan for today. I got that Frankenstein Alexander Desplat. This one I have on pre-order. I actually went with this one instead of the other one. The other one's pretty cool, but they killed it on this artwork. I liked it so much. I mean, I like it more than the movie, the artwork, to be honest. This is on my, man, these Lord of the Rings CD box sets are so nice. Yeah. But yeah, new website out there. So in case you had not heard, a new website, but and then actually this is a last minute thing just before I went on. Oh yeah, you like the Frankenstein score? Yeah, I mean I liked it too. I mean, there's definitely parts of it that are like so beautiful. Like that's the Splat. I feel like he can do beautiful music like and with his eyes closed. And I think the music complements it really well. I still want to see this plot do like I keep waiting for him to, I don't know, like throw like a curveball or something like a really genre driven film score. And there's are like Rise of the Guardians really cool, and then the Godzilla one's really cool. I actually love his score for Secret Life of Pets. So it's not that it hasn't been done, but yeah, with like, I know when he was announced for Star Wars, I was like, ooh, that would be really interesting. I wonder what he would do there, and that didn't pan out. Giacchino got replaced for Rogue One. And then with Jurassic Park, the new one, I listened to the score, liked it, but man, it's just, if he could, I don't know. I guess I'm waiting for something that achieves like his peak level of his kind of music. This like really emotional, soft, gorgeous, lush music. If he can do that same kind of level, but on other styles. But anyway, he's a legend, man. He's a legend. I think it might be like top 10 composers for me, or like top 15. But yeah, the Splat is one of those ones where it's like, yep, gotta have that. Actually, one of my favorite scores from the Splat is Little Women. But again, that's in his wheelhouse, right? That's not a surprise that he would do an amazing score for Little Women. But yeah, that score is actually great for right now. It's like holiday. It's like the equivalent of a comfort blanket over you. Yeah, that's a really cool score. But yeah, before the reanimation song and the ending song both were good songs. Yeah, I gotta pay more attention. I think with Frankenstein I did like 1.5 pass. So I gotta spend more time with it. Yeah, it was a great film. It was an interesting film. I liked it. Yeah, I could talk about it for hours. I feel like that movie has so many. It's a very 2025 movie. I don't know if that makes sense, but oh yeah, so I was saying before I got on the live, my wife got a colleagues of her gave her these two graphic novels that he wrote. His name is and I thought I was like so excited. I thought it was like the coolest gift that some coworker can give you. Like, man, like I gotta. That's the kind of Christmas Secret Santa at work I need. But yeah, let me see you put this here, see if you guys can see it. Yeah, but it's called Manifest Destiny, and Chris Dingus is his coworker. And yeah, he like brought this for his friends. He like signed it and everything, and the premise looks right up my alley in the same sense of genre and fantasy. It's like, says in 1804, Captain Meriwether Lewis and Captain William Clark set on an expedition to explore the uncharted American frontier. This is the untold story of what they discover lurking in the wild. So it's like Lewis and Clark and monsters ? Just quickly. But yeah, his coworker wrote it. The illustrations look fantastic. And yeah, he gave her book 1 and book 2, Manifest Destiny. So I think this is the entire collection, and this is gonna be like my reading for the holidays. I actually recently also got into both comic books and graphic novels. Like, for the first time, I had like a pull list in a comic book store, and I felt so like, wow, finally I have arrived. I've always, since I was a kid, I wanted to like get into comics, and I was always so intimidated, and I was so afraid to walk in the store and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but I think everything here is really cool and I would like to start. And I was just, until, I don't know, it took me to my late 30s to finally be like, who cares? I'm just gonna walk to the store. And ask them to point me in the right direction. It's like, hey, I like X-Men, I like Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen. What can I do? And actually, the reason I started was because Spider-Gwen had just started. Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider had just started a new line. X-Men also just started, so I caught up with the what was it called? The Children of X, the one that was like man, I am really blanking out, but like the last one, and it kind of like they did like a reset, so then they started with like Uncanny X-Men and a couple of them. So I started like buying the individual ones, and just every month, every week, I would just go and get the pull list. So yeah, and then also graphic novels. I have a couple of them. Unfortunately, the store that I had my pull list went out of business, which sucks. Now I kind of like fell off the wheel in the subscription, but yeah. So check these out: Manifest Destiny, Book 1 and Book 2. They look, just like super cool. They're from Skybound and Image, which are, I know of them. They're really great. So, yeah, I mean, damn. Jealous of my wife for getting such a cool present for the holidays. But yeah. Oh, so, well, like I mentioned, one of the things I've been cataloging my records, and I wanted to show you guys some weird records. I thought we'd do a little bit show and tell and listen, be rebellion against the YouTube copyright strikes, whatever. This is a Soundburger, as you might have, some of them who watched the last live might have been introduced to. It's from Audio-Technica. It's my portable vinyl record player. I love it. One of the best dollars I've spent. It's so useful and so cool, and I'll use it to play some records for you guys. But first, all right, so let's see what I have. So, by the way, when I mean weird, it's not that it can be weird for a lot of different reasons. Weird doesn't mean bad. I mean, quite the opposite. It's just something that, when I say weird, just something that people would not, it's not in your average record collection. You go like, that's interesting. That's all of it. It's not that it's like bad music or anything. The weird doesn't have anything to do with the actual content. It's just that, yeah, I guess, I didn't expect you to have that or something like that. And some stories. So let's start with the first one. Oh man, please have patience with me. This is in German and I am gonna butcher the hell out of this, so please be kind. But this record is one of 5. I only have volume 1 and 3, and it's called Kosmischer Laufer, The Secret Cosmic Music of East German Olympic Program 1972 to 1973, volume 1. What am I? Okay, so long story short, this is basically electronic music from the 70s made from a guy in East Berlin for the East German Olympic team to train to. This is training music for the Olympics for East Germany Olympic team. They were made in that time, and then someone decided this is pretty cool, I should release this, and a lot of people like myself agreed that was pretty cool. But actually on the Bandcamp there was like some description, and on the website I thought it was really cool, so I'll read a little bit. It basically says, in East Germany in the early 1970s, Martin Signet, I don't know how to pronounce it, worked as a sound editor for DEFA, the state-owned film studio. Martin, who also was a keen runner himself, he hit upon the idea of using the repetitive beats of this new music as a training aid for athletes. So the repetitive nature of synthesizers and analog synthesizers. And then he thought it could benefit the mind as well as the body with the pulsing, hypnotic music bringing focus. And after he shared this concept with colleagues, Martin was taken from his studio to East Berlin quizzed by the authorities about his ideas, and fearing the worst, I wonder what that was surprised to find himself put to work by the Nationals Olympic Committee. Immediately installed in a cold Berlin studio with few electronic instruments the state could supply, and they really wanted to, in this description they specify, Martin asked for a Moog but was refused. That was very important to specify. He began one of the strangest journeys in music, known to the government as State Plan 14.84L, whatever. They refer to Kushmik Laufer. So this is synthesizer analog music, as my wife calls it, beat boop music, my favorite name for a genre. I'll keep repeating that. Yeah, this is, like I said, there's 5 presses of this. I got this in Bandcamp, and I only have 1 and 3, and if you can imagine, they are pretty hard to find. That's why I have 1 and 3. They're not always available. Sometimes they've repressed these a couple of times, but I've just haven't been able to get them all. So I'll play a little bit here, so you guys can. So yeah, you can check them out. They're in Bandcamp, YouTube. They are not streaming. I don't think they're in any streaming. I'm pretty sure they're not in any streaming platform. But you can get them on Bandcamp, digital download, or on YouTube. They're pretty cool, especially if you're an aspiring artist, athlete. They are pretty well for your training. But yeah, let's see what else I got on the strange. Next I have this record. First I'll bring you guys the record. Slide of Mine. This is actually library music. This is from KPM Music, which is one of the most library musics. Especially they had a series, KPM 1000, that it's like sampled in so many music, hip hop. They just use that. It's become like a treasure trove for artists to find like really cool sampling sections. So I bought this in a record store in Pasadena called Commune Records. One of my actually favorite records, because it's a really small record, but it's so well curated. It's, owned by a single person, and you really feel like you're walking like inside his living room record collection, and he's basically sort of like, hey, this is my taste of music. If you like it, buy some. If you don't, and it happens to align pretty good with mine. But I have to admit, I'm not gonna lie, the first thing that caught my eye on the store was the cover. I thought the cover was super cool. And then the cool thing about this type of record store, like these like small, more intimate records, is that, you know, I can have a conversation with the owner. He's like, oh yeah, you know, those are from KPM Music Library. They're from a section and all this stuff. And then I would ask, oh well, you know, what genre? Because music library, they're usually the albums will stick to like one thing. So for example, here's haunting spooky music, and the full album will kind of like hit those tones, whether it's like here's a slow tempo spooky music, here's an up tempo spooky music, here's a mid tempo. So yeah, and so this specific one was created. All the music was created with a Fairlight CMI, which is just an early synthesizer, and also I think early sampler I found in the research, but it's from 1982, and like I mentioned, the KPM most famous ones are the KPM 1000 that they have like a green cover. This is 1279, so it's a little bit out of that, but it's still 1982. It's analog synthesizers. And the composer for this is David Vorhaus, and afterwards I learned that he was like part of a influential like electronic band called White Noise, and yeah, he's an important figure in early analog synthesizer music. So let me play you a little bit. You see the appeal for being the training music? Did it get you pumped? And you're like, oh yes. What was that SNL sketch? Hans and Franz. Like, that's in their record collection, the Hans and Franz record collection. They have the East German music training for optimal performance. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna put it randomly somewhere. I have to put it randomly at the end of a track, at the best spot. Yeah, Hans and Franz. Yeah. That was from the Hans and Franz record stash collection. I mean, I feel like if you like film scores, you like music library too, you know? It's like everything. There's like good film music, there's bad film music, there's good library music, there's bad library music. So I'm gonna go to another section. But you can see how this is like really cool. Like if you're sampling, you just go, oh, I just want that section, and then you sample it and you make like a beat with something like that. I could easily, like, what we just played there would have made for like a really cool sample. Let me play something else here. Did I also pick another ending? No. I have a couple of other KPM. Again, I sort of just kept on going to the store, and every once in a while, he's like the only one that I've seen that sells these. It to another place. Yeah, I mean, I could absolutely make a beat. Well, I can't, but someone can make a beat with that. It's super cool. Let's see. Let me another section. So yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, the KPM Music Library stuff, it's pretty cool. I gotta say, some of the best record covers you can have, but also pretty cool music. I don't know. Um, Also, if you definitely by any chance in LA, check out Commune Records in Pasadena. I love that store. It's the kind of store you just go and strike up a conversation with the owner, and maybe you don't even have to scroll through the bins. Maybe he'll be like, "Ah, man, I got just the right thing for you," and he'll pick a record, and you'll be like, "Oh, great." It's like the kind of place where you go and you actually, it's one of the few places I actually blind buy like this. Like, I'll buy something based on a conversation with him, and he'll also will play the record there. He has the turntable right there. He's like, "Oh yeah, let me here, blah." And usually, at least I feel like with electronic music, I like listen to a couple of seconds. I was like, "Oh yeah, I know the vibe. Yeah, for sure. That sounds great." Yeah. The other one I wanted to show you is, now the music for this one's not weird at all, but what it's from is a little bit weird. This record is the score for a YouTube video, a YouTube series. I follow. Let me try and see if I can put it on the desk and you guys can see better. So I follow this YouTube channel, Digging the Grades. I mean, fantastic YouTube channel. Could not recommend it anymore. And he made a video, 4-part series, 4 videos, one series about. The premise was that he was first going to stop listening to Spotify and only listen to music on his iPod for a month. That's like the concept. That's like the pitch. And then that leads him through this path where it really becomes about reevaluating your relationship with technology and how you decide to engage it. If you are looking to like be more present, disconnect. It is honestly one of my favorite pieces of content I've seen on YouTube. Needless to say, one of the pieces of content that has actually like influence my life and inspire me. And knowing as a, someone who does this for a living, not just YouTube stuff, it's like, yeah, I can imagine how time consuming that series was to make, and how probably not YouTube, you won't get a lot in return. It's absolutely passion project. So when he put out a record of his, you see here it says, let me put it back up, but it says the iPod series soundtrack. When he put out the record of the original music made for that, I was like, yes. I mean, I don't even need to like listen to it, man. I wanna support a creator that I really like and who's doing great things, and this is one of the best ways that I could. Apart from that, the music is pretty cool. It's a pretty great score. It's all over the place in genre, but it's a really good listen. Again, the music is made by Andrew Reyes is the composer. That's not who the YouTube channel is. It's not his. The YouTube channel is Brandon Shaw, aka B Shaw, or aka Mr. Diggs. But his channel actually specializes in like music history and profiling, like almost like a little bit of what I try to do with some Jigowatts video in the past, but more, he specializes in all sorts of music. I would say mostly hip hop or funk and soul or R&B, and I try to specialize in film music or soundtrack. But let me play you a little bit. Let me see. Let me play you a little bit. And by the way, I also got, since we're going all the way on the show and tell, record, the same purchase, a shirt from the YouTube channel again, because it's like, if I can, yes, I'm gonna support the things I like, creators I like, it's like, we forget that this stuff, we just have access to it for free, and it's like, it's hard, man. It's hard to make those things. It's not just time. There's so many angles of it, and it's like, yeah, you gotta, community goes both ways, not just like receive and eat content. It's like, yeah, you also gotta like support when you can. But all right, let's see. Do we go side A or side B? Let's go with side A. Okay. Let me. I'll drop it randomly in some spot. Let's see what we get. Very diverse music. Let's see if we can explore a little bit of side B. And as I flip the records, I'll also say that he just, I think it was a big success, this series, because he just made a similar series, like multi-episode, where he explores the resurgence of tape. And once again, really, really well done, well researched. And he goes into this really interesting niche about how, like, cassette tapes, old American discarded cassette tapes, where basically, like, the way that, like, China got American pop music for a while, because they had some kind of embargo. You couldn't ship, like, people couldn't get actually music there. But when the heyday in music, they would reproduce like millions of copies for cassettes that might not sell, and then they would have to basically dispose of it somehow, and that's how people would smuggle cassette. It's like really interesting. Like, again, it just couldn't recommend it enough. Check it out, Digging the Grades, if you guys can. But I'll put another one inside B of the record. Drop. Drum machine. absolutely on that. I was doing this video that he made. It just hit me at the right time because I was just in the process of sort of like, I'm not happy with with my day-to-day, in the sense of being glued to the phone, to all of these, like the amount of bandwidth. Like, this isn't the routine that I want. And then I stumble upon this, and yeah, it led me to, like, you know, doing dumb phone, you know, have a term where you take your iPhone and you basically like put only essentials and put it. I did it all the way where I was like, I went black and white, only text for a while, and all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, out of all of it, some pretty cool life changes came about, so I'm pretty happy about that. Then let's see, I have 2 more weird records for you. This is a cool one. It's disco music. It's monster music. It's from Japan. It's a pressing, and there's not a lot of information, but it's great. I mean, come on, how are you like flipping through the bins and you stumble upon this and you be like, yeah, I'm not interested, pass. Come on, you gotta check what's in here. I actually got this at a record fair event here. I think We Are Sounds was one of the vendors. They specialize in like obscure, cool stuff, especially on the like international part. And yeah, I mean, me and my wife, we like, you know, disco a lot, funk, those genres, new disco. I mean, this is from the 70s, it's not new disco, but let me read you, let me read you some of the, because the fun here is reading some of the tracks on the record. We have Soul Dracula, Sexy Bus Stop, Muddy Sneakers, Funky Weekend, Love Machine. Let's see what else we have. Disco Bump, Get Up and Boogie, Bad Girl, I'm on the Fire. So yeah, it's a compilation of, I guess, cool disco but spooky tracks, and it's a fun record. Come on, we can't all be that serious. We gotta have fun.
Do it.
Funny M vibes, right?
Hot blood. More.
Alright, let's see what else we got. Soul Dracula, so far, I think winning the video for today. So far, only bangers. So yeah, pretty fun, man. This is pretty fun soul and disco music. It's from Overseas Records. It's from 1976 from Japan. And that's pretty much, honestly, that's pretty much all the info I could find. Like, I just couldn't really find much more. So I don't even know if there's like volume 2. It's like Disco Hits Explosion Volume 1. Is there a volume 2? Who knows? I don't know. The mystery will continue. And then lastly for this round, I mean, I still have a lot more weird records, but for today I stick to just 5. Look at this guy. Woo, what a cover. Huh? Oh man, this is gonna really embarrass me trying to pronounce this, but Sambugle by Koji Makaino? I hope. I don't know. But it's from, what I do know about that, some more information about this, is that these are covers of anime, some popular anime and manga from the 80s. And they're part of a series called Digital Trip. I believe, according to like someone on Reddit who collected them all, it's like 54 releases. And look, I mean, come on. You see you see an album with the word synthesizer fantasy and you're not going to buy it? Like, are you crazy? Come on. This is a no-brainer. So, I mean, yeah, what a cover. Again, that's the kind of stuff that stops you in your track while you're scrolling through the bins. But yeah, these are pretty cool. I actually have more than one of these. I think I have 3 of them, and they are all as cool as this one. Let's see. Can't really pronounce the name of the tracks because I don't speak the language, but I speak the language of music. All right. Let's see. It delivers. It's a digital trip. Synthesizer fantasy. What I really like, no joke about this is like, honestly, if you, this isn't passive music. I don't think, at least not for me. Like, this isn't something I have in the background and I listen to it while doing something. Like, I can do that. But it's the coolest when I'm really like just only focusing on listening to this, like a listening session, and really sticking, being present with the music. I think that's the most rewarding for this type of album. But sorry, let's try to find another spot. For the adventure listener. So, if you don't like adventure, get the fuck out. Let's see what else we stumble upon. What the this is the last record. Let's just do the B-side. Let's see what the B-side has. Come on. Let's just see what the B-side has. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Go B-side. All right, let's see. Let's go. Yeah, all jokes aside, these make for a really fun listening experience. You just are listening to us and you just like focus and listen to the music. It's a really fun, and I mean, it really does. It's like a digital trip, you know? It's like an experience. They are really fun. And I guess that's a good time to stop there on the show and tell for today. I mean, there's definitely a lot more weirder records, and weirder not just in I feel like maybe I focused too much on the music this time, but it's not, there's definitely some weird packaging I have, some custom cassettes, some other formats, and not just record. I stick to records, but yeah, part 1 of To Be Continued. The weirdness will never stop. But thanks again. As I always say, so much stuff to watch on the internet. If you spend some time with me, that's so cool. I can't thank you enough. I am, quick updates. I'm working on a James Horner video. Hopefully I'll have that by the end of this year for you guys to enjoy. I know that's the type of content that I feel like the people who subscribe to this channel first liked. Thank you for those who are enjoying this new type of content. It's something I'm trying to do to, stay active and not have the channel dormant for such a long time. Still related, right, too, but it's like I just feel like not everything can be those really long video essays. If they are good, they take a long time. That's probably why, because it's a lot of not just research. Is first off, is there something good to say about something? Like what's worth saying? There's a difference between having like a cool idea versus something that could make for like a video essay that would go down to research, or something that could hold up. Like, for example, I just finished watching the Stranger Things. We watched Stranger Things season 4, which is my favorite. I love that season. Not just Stranger Things, but one of my favorite seasons of TV. And yesterday we're all caught up with season 5. And while watching the show, I was, once again, just listening to the music, and I was like, there's the ending of season 4, and I'll try to say this without spoiler, but something happens in the ending of season 4. There's a scene where things are unraveling, and the composers, they choose to play the main title sequence theme. And again, I'm not 100% accurate on this, but I don't think they do that throughout the show. It's not something that happens a lot, or I don't even know if it's ever happened that they're playing the main title sequence music in the actual scoring of the scene. And I was like, well, there's a really good thematic reason why they're doing this. And then I was also, it's like, man, the arpeggio of Stranger Things, and I was like, that's the Inside Out. Inside Out. It's like it's like the arpeggio is a musical idea that lends itself thematically too much like the Inside Out. And then the main title sequence starts with like that shimmering, like there's like that shimmer like goes, and then the beat comes. It's like, oh, it's a shimmer, the portal opening. So you see, like, those are good nuggets. I mean, those are fun nuggets to chew on, all that stuff. But like from that to go to like no, I gotta stay with that think about that for a while. Is there something there? Then maybe go to a piano or something, look under the hood to be like, oh, it's like investigating almost. It's like, oh, I got a lead, I got a clue. And now you start the investigation and see if you actually find something. And sometimes it's like, I don't really found anything. I thought there was something here that I could say, but not really. That's a long way of saying, yes, those videos are, time consuming, long to make. So, this is a good way these other kinds of videos, a good way to keep the channel active, hopefully keep building the community, make it grow, and have fun, man. And having fun, if you guys are having fun, I'm having fun. So that's it. So thanks again for watching, and hope you're having a nice holiday. Then I'll see you hopefully next week. Take care. And then dun 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 dun. I'm still alive because I'm haven't stopped the stream. Oh man, I can't see the Instagram chat even though it's supposed to be on my Ninja. Sorry. Sports cars, nobody. Yeah, no lie, synthesizing fantasy for days. What year? That was from 1983. That was from 1983. But anyway, sorry. There's no one there anymore. But